Hi, I'm Mike Hirschberg, the Executive Director of the Vertical Flight Society. VFS was founded in 1943 as the American Helicopter Society and held its first annual awards banquet on October 7, 1944, bringing together the Allied world's leading vertical flight developers. Today, 76 years later, we continue the tradition of recognizing outstanding leaders in industry, government, and academia with the world's most prestigious awards in vertical flight. Over the past 6 months, the vertical flight community has shown its resilience at overcoming unprecedented obstacles and has continued the advancement of vertical flight despite the global pandemic. Thank you for your perseverance. And thanks for tuning in to this special event to honor the world's most deserving recipients of our recognition. I'd like to thank Bell for sponsoring the 76th Annual Grand Award Ceremony. We appreciate so much the support of all of our sponsors and exhibitors who believe in the mission of the Vertical Flight Society, and without whom the forum would not be possible. Now I'd like to introduce the 2019-2020 Chair of the Board to welcome you to this virtual event, Glenn Isbell, Vice President for Rapid Prototyping and Manufacturing Innovation at Bell. Glenn?
I want to personally welcome everyone who has made the effort to be with us virtually today. As you know, we were all originally scheduled to be in Montreal several months ago, enjoying near perfect weather, but our external environment has thrown us a few challenges. However, when something is important, we find ways to make it work. I wanted to personally thank the VFS staff and all the volunteers that have banded together to allow this forum to switch to the virtual platform so that we can all collaborate with each other. At Bell, we view agility as a key attribute. The ability to see around us and quickly navigate toward opportunities, and even at times, navigate through risk, is vital to every company. At Bell, this is visible in our products and the DNA of our entire community. It's demonstrated by designing and building and flying our V-280 Valor aircraft in timelines that have outpaced expectations while demonstrating speed and agility performance that's second to none. As we focus on our virtual forum, I hope that you're able to connect virtually and be a part of these events. The travel barrier has been eliminated, so please take the time to be present throughout the forum and digest some of the great work that your peers in the industry have accomplished. I want to thank you all again for your continued support of the Vertical Flight Society and making this one of the most exciting industries in the world.
Thanks, Glenn, and thanks again to Bell for sponsoring this 76th Annual Grand Award Ceremony. We hope that everyone will be able to participate in our Virtual Forum 76, which continues our tradition of excellence as the largest and longest-serving vertical flight tactical event in the world. This year's 76th Annual Forum, originally planned for Montreal in May, then Virginia Beach in October, and now online, only happened through the countless hours of support from the people who unselfishly volunteer their time, such as members of the Technical Council and the technical committees, the chairs and co-chairs of some 40 technical sessions, dozens of student volunteers, and many, many others. And of course, a special thanks to our hundreds of authors and co-authors who provide core technical content of the forum, with more than 230 technical presentations this year. But coordination of the efforts of these volunteers wouldn't be possible if not for the small but dedicated VFS headquarters staff, who handles all the behind-the-scenes details that make the forum possible. Julie, David, Valerie, Jim, Randy, Betty, and Alka have worked tirelessly for more than a year on putting together another fantastic forum. In addition to our professional staff, I want to recognize VFS members Cliff Smith and Anita Tracy for their decades of dedicated support of the audiovisual needs of the forum. And John M. Davis, a retired U.S. Army engineer and former VFS Technical Director, is our scriptwriter and advisor for the annual awards ceremonies. Now the Vertical Flight Society would like to present its 2020 Membership Awards, recognizing those who have been the most active recruiters of new members between April of last year and March of this year. To announce those awards, I turn the presentation over to John Tatro, our Vice President for Membership.
Thanks a bunch, Mike. Really appreciate it. Thanks, y'all. Keep your seats. Keep your seats. Let's get back on mute. This has been quite a different year of this virtual stuff, so we all got to get used to this for a little while longer, and hopefully next year we'll be together. Normally at this time of the banquet up front here, I'm in the middle of a salad course. I've got some dressing on my tie, a little hanging off my mustache or something, and I come up and start talking about rubber chickens and whatever the culinary cuisine is of the day. But it turns out we're BYOB for tonight, or today I guess as it is. And Mike and I, we talked about, getting takeout delivered to everybody, but it turns out we're spread out across the globe, whole bunch of different time zones. We couldn't figure out whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight snack, or what have you. So you're on your own. So it's BYOB. Bring your own banquet. We hope you don't mind. For me, when I get down here, I got my favorite snack, Cheetos, and my wife made me a great tuna fish sandwich. So you grab what's good for you, and we'll get going here. It's been a tough year. Y'all are a resilient bunch. We really appreciate that. We started in March with about 6,000 members. But unfortunately, with this COVID business, we've lost about 400. We're down to about 5,600 now. So that's been a pretty serious hit. And we're going to have to focus on membership, not only the remainder of this year, but really going into next year. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later here. We got 2 awards that we're going to hand out, hopefully to motivate people and get them going, not only this year, but into next year. One is the pure net increase, the chapter that gets the most folks added in a given year. And the other is the net increase from a percentage perspective. And those 2 awards are going to an old chapter and a new chapter, which is kind of neat across the spectrum. The old chapter is one of the founding chapters. They won the pure net increase award, member increase award. Added 134 members. They're now nearly 700 strong. They've done a fantastic job, and that chapter, one of the founding chapters, Philadelphia chapter. They've done a great job, led by President Scott Bauer and the membership guru there, Ahmad Haidar. Super job, 134 people. Tickling 700. We hope next year to report that you're at 700 and beyond. So nice job, and hats off to you. The other award goes to one of our newest chapters. This chapter was founded in 2016, and it's the Aberdeen chapter. And these folks have gone from 41 members to 48 in the last year, adding about 20%. Great job. Rosneesh Singh, the president of the chapter there, and Hal Kang, the member lead there, have done a really good job putting that chapter together, getting on their feet in this first 4 years, and we're hoping they get another 20% minimum next year. So that would be just fantastic. So membership health, we've talked about this before. The society is only as good as its members, as strong as its members. It's really important, and the health we're talking about is not the COVID health. It's the vigor, the vitality, the engagement, and the quantity of you all. So member retention, attraction, super important, but super important now and in the next 12 months or so. So we hope to see you all face-to-face at Forum 77. That's going to be in West Palm Beach, Florida, next year. But regardless, we need you to continue your participation. There's been another award that we normally give out, and we didn't give it out this year, and I'm at a loss for why. But we give free attendance to whoever signs up the most new members. So when you're signing up new members, make sure that you get credit by the member form, that they put your name on it, that you're the one that signed it up. Because only if one person would have had their name on it, they would have their registration fee waived for this form. And if you get 20 or more, you can get free attendance. That means not just free attendance at the forum, but it means airfare and hotel. So suck it up, get 20 members, and come see us all West Palm Beach, Florida next year. I need to thank my counterpart, Valerie. She works tirelessly on membership. She's membership director, done a great job putting together databases, putting together various chat rooms and so forth, entertaining the chapters, answering their questions, providing support left and right. And now she's shored up, but Jim has joined us, and he's done a fantastic job kind of pivoting to this virtual world and setting up webinars and getting our corporate membership spruced up and growing and so forth. So little applause for both those two. They've done a fantastic job. Another folk doing a fantastic job is Andy Keith. I'm going to introduce him now. He's our technical director from 2018 till this year, 2020. He's really been doing a bang-up job, and we know that the technical director that follows him will do as good or better, hopefully. So while Andy gets ready to come up and get going with his presentation, why don't you all come off of mute, and let's give all these members a hand And the membership awardees, thank you for all your hard work.
Greetings, everyone. It is my great pleasure to introduce the Forum 76 Technical Chair, Dr. Anubhav Data of the University of Maryland, for his prodigious efforts in helping pull together a great forum of technical papers. Being a technical chair is a lot of work. Anubhav devoted a tremendous amount of time and energy into making this forum the great success that it is. Anubhav worked with VFS headquarters, our 22 technical committees, and hundreds of authors to create the great technical program that is the hallmark of any forum. Anubhav, thank you for your great efforts. The Robert L. Lichten Award is given to the author of a technical paper who has not previously presented his or her results at a technical conference. The winner this year is Miss Chloe Johnson of the University of Texas, Austin. Chloe's paper is titled Experimental Measurements in Low Order Modeling of Stacked Rotor Performance in Hover. The paper will be presented during the Advanced Vertical Flight 2 technical session. We encourage you to watch the presentation or to look for the paper in the forum proceedings. Chloe, we are very pleased to present you the Robert L. Lichten Award. At this point, I would like to turn the podium back over to Mike Hirschberg for some announcements regarding the Vertical Flight Foundation Scholarship Fund. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Since 1977, the Society's Vertical Flight Foundation has awarded nearly 600 scholarships. The program has been greatly expanded in recent years, and we're now awarding more than 24 scholarships each year, totaling $100,000. This past year has been an exceptional one regarding donations to VFF. Despite the recent changes in U.S. tax laws for charitable contributions, we received 67 donations. So a big thank you to those who've made donations to VFF over the past year. If you haven't contributed recently, please consider making a donation. VFS covers all administrative costs for VFF, so 100% of your donation goes towards scholarships. With your help, we've been able to keep our endowment well-funded while tripling the amount of our scholarships since I became Executive Director in 2011. This spring, we received our largest VFF contribution ever, a donation of more than $900,000 from the estate of Robert Head. Bob Head, an engineer with McDonnell, Hughes, and Boeing, was a 55-year emeritus member. He bequeathed his estate to VFF to support future generations of vertical flight engineers and scientists. Thank you, Bob Head, for an incredible generosity and for such an example for us all. The Head Trust donation will help ensure that VFFs can continue to award $100,000 in annual scholarships in the future, but only with your help. We invite you to support the VFF Scholarship Program by giving to the full extent of your ability. Please go to our website at vtol.org/VFF and donate, or contact us about estate planning or lifetime giving. The students receiving VFF awards next year will truly appreciate it. Now, I'd like to turn the podium over to Dr. Judah Milgram, Chair of the VFF Selection Committee, for the presentations of this year's scholarship awards. Judah?
Thank you, Mike. Each year, the Society's Vertical Flight Foundation awards merit-based scholarships to students entering or engaged in rotorcraft education. Before I go any further, I would like to recognize my fellow members of the Scholarship Selection Committee who performed the difficult process of selecting the outstanding students to receive the scholarships this year. They are Susan Gordon, John McEwen, Cliff Smith, and Tony Gardner. I would also like to give special thanks to Jeff Sinsay and Julie Gibbs for their outstanding support in this. This year, the Vertical Flight Society is awarding 29 Vertical Flight Foundation scholarships in 3 categories totaling $100,000. These students are the future leaders of vertical flight. The Society is delighted to have presented each of the scholars with a copy of Gesso and Meyer's classic text, Aerodynamics of the Helicopter. The publisher has generously donated the Society a supply of books in order to inspire tonight's and future year's winners. Awards are made in categories corresponding to the applicant's degree programs. The bachelor degree scholars, in alphabetical order, are Joseph Michael Ade, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University; Grant Erickson, Texas A&M University; Rachel Harvey, University of Maryland; James William Kraza, Old Dominion University; Grant McCurdy, Texas A&M University; Ryan Murphy, Purdue University; Yashvardhan Tomar, Georgia Institute of Technology; and Kingwen Wei, University of Maryland. The master degree scholars, in alphabetical order, are Jan Arun Faust, Technical University of Munich; Richard Healy, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, Chloe Johnson, University of Texas at Austin, Marek Lukasiewicz, Warsaw University of Technology, Ravi Lumba, University of Maryland, Amy Moran, University of Maryland, Farid Saimi, Texas A&M University, and Daniel Weitzman, the Pennsylvania State University. The doctorate degree scholars in alphabetical order are Balin Bowman, the Pennsylvania State University, Jason Cornelius, the Pennsylvania State University and a 3-time recipient, Miranda Costanoble, University of Maryland, Emily Fiesler, University of Maryland, Avani Gupta, Georgia Institute of Technology and a 2-time recipient, Bojan Lee, Texas A&M University, 2-time recipient, Cherise Lynn, the Pennsylvania State University, Michael McKay, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute and a 2-time recipient, Stefan Platzer, Technical University of Munich, Abhishek Shastri, University of Maryland and a 2-time recipient, Tyler Sinot, University of Maryland, Austin Tai, Boston University and a 2-time recipient, and Christopher Thurman, University of Maryland. Each of the bachelor scholarships includes a cash award of $2,800. The master's students receive $3,500 each, and doctorate scholarship winners each receive $3,700. In addition, the top graduate candidate, Ms. Johnson of University of Texas at Austin, has received special recognition in the form of the Bell Vertical Flight Scholarship with a total award of $5,000. I will now turn the ceremony back to Mike Hirschberg.
Thanks, Judah. It's so great to recognize these future leaders of vertical flight. Normally, this part of the program would begin after the banquet meal. So, as always, I'd like to pause now to honor a few of our members who passed away since last year's forum. As we stand on the shoulders of the giants before us, let us remember to give a helping hand to those who are the future. That's what our society is all about, disseminating knowledge, making connections, and working together to advance vertical flight. At this time, I'd like to bring back your host for the rest of the ceremony, Glenn Isbell from Bell, the 2019 to 2020 VFS Chair of the Board, to present the rest of our awards. Glenn?
Thanks, Mike. This ceremony is a very special event for our society. No greater honor can be afforded an individual by an organization than the recognition of professional excellence by one's peers. That is what this ceremony is all about. The recognition of those who have demonstrated excellence in our community is an important purpose of the society, and we depend on you, our members, to nominate candidates for these prestigious awards. The first item on our agenda is to recognize our technical director, Andy Keith from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Andy has completed his 2-year term at the end of June, and has passed the baton to Dr. Marilyn Smith from Georgia Tech. As the VFS Technical Director, Andy has been a steadfast leader of the VFS Technical Council, as well as a key contributor to the Executive Committee of the VFS Board of Directors. His leadership has strengthened the technical standings of VFS and provided both strategic and tactical guidance on the governing of the Society through this difficult time. His personal and professional dedication has been very much appreciated over the last 2 years, and we honor Andy with this special award of outstanding contributions to the Society. Thank you very much, Andy. Before I begin the presentation of the awards, I would like to recognize the members of the Society's Awards Committee. Andy Keith from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company, in his role as the VFS Technical Director. Martin Perrier from Jaunt Air Mobility, our industry representative. Dr. Jürgen Rollander from Technical University Munich, our academic representative. And Terence Key from NavAir, our government representative. As the VFS Chair of the Board, I served as Chair of the Awards Committee this year. With dozens of truly impressive nominations this year, plus hundreds of endorsements and letters of recommendation, the effort and commitment put forth by the members of this committee was just amazing. The results of their deliberations ensure that today's award winners exemplify excellence in every category. We begin our awards program with recognition of the winner of the 40th Annual Alexander Nikolsky Honorary Lectureship. This honor is given to an individual who's had a highly distinguished career in vertical flight aircraft research and development and is skilled at communicating their technical knowledge and experience. This year, the awards committee has bestowed this highest honor on Dr. Mark Tesler, Senior Technologist for Flight Control with the U.S. Army's Technology Development Directorate, a part of the Combat Capabilities Development Center's Aviation and Missiles Center. Mark's technical and leadership accomplishments were described in detail as part of his lecture, which I hope you watched. Let me just summarize them here. Mark is recognized internationally as a leading authority on aircraft system identification, flight control, handling qualities, and simulation. He has led the research, development, and implementation of analytical tools and methodologies that have fundamentally changed how aircraft flight control, development, and testing are conducted. His accomplishments reflect the abilities of scientists who probe and discovers, and of an engineer who takes what is known and designs a product to meet a need. The paragon of Mark's achievement is Cipher and Conduit flight control methods and tools, whose development, worldwide application, and training he has led. He has extensive collaborations with industry and academia around the world, and he wrote a seminal textbook on rotorcraft system identification and has been an exemplary member of the Society. Thank you, Dr. Tesler, for all of your contributions to our community, and congratulations. The Paul E. Howder Award is given for an outstanding technical innovation in the development of vertical takeoff and landing aircraft other than helicopter. This year's recipient is Gwen Leiter, CEO of the GoFly Prize, for her contributions in leadership to the advancement of personal vertical flight air vehicles. Over the past 5 years, Gwen has been a force of nature, formulating and inspiring others with her vision of personal flying devices, securing more than $2 million in sponsorships from Boeing, Pratt & Whitney, and others. And through her tireless outreach, GoFly partnered with VFS and 20 other organizations. She launched an international competition that drew 3,800 innovators participating in 854 teams from 103 countries in 6 continents. GoFly presented and archived 42 master lectures from captains of industry and industry luminaries, many a who's who of the stalwarts of VFS. The GoFly fly-off this past February at Moffett Field, California, drew more than 20 of the world's most inventive vertical flight innovators. The grand prize was not claimed, so the competition continues. Gwen has successfully created, promoted, and produced a challenge to inspire the world. It is clear that she has and continues to inspire untold thousands of innovators and young people to get excited about vertical flight. This is why she is so clearly deserving of the 2020 Paul E. Howder Award. Congratulations, Gwen. The next honors are the VFS Technical Fellows. This honor is granted to Society members whose career-based technical accomplishments towards the goals and objectives of the Vertical Flight Society constitute an outstanding technical achievement. This year's 4 honorees are Dr. Mahendra Bhagwat, Aeromechanics and Basic Research Focus Lead, U.S. Army Technology Development Directorate, part of the Combat Capabilities Development Center's Aviation and Missiles Center. Professor Carlos Sesnick, Clarence Kelly Johnson, Professor of Aerospace Engineering at the University of Michigan. Dr. Jinjin Ho, Vice President in Research and Development, Advanced Rotorcraft Technology Incorporated, and John Schillings, Technical Fellow of Handling Qualities, Bell. Dr. Mahindra Bokwat is recognized for pioneering contributions to the fundamental understanding of transient wake dynamics in critical and complex modes of vertical flight, from the vortex ring to stall maneuvers through a combination of intricate experiments and high-fidelity modeling. Professor Carlos Sesnick has pioneered the development of active twist rotors, advancing the state-of-the-art in structural health monitoring, and has made landmark contributions to the coupled aeroelasticity flight mechanics of very flexible, long-endurance aircraft. Dr. Xingjin Ho is internationally recognized authority on rotorcraft aerodynamics, modeling, and flight simulation. As a primary developer of Flight Lab computer program, he has made major contributions to both comprehensive modeling and simulation and real-time flight simulation for engineering and training applications. John Schillings is recognized for 40 years of contributions to rotorcraft aerodynamics, handling qualities, and comprehensive flight simulation. As a Bell Technical Fellow for handling qualities, John is at the pinnacle of the technical organization at Bell, and his work impacts every major program at Bell. Each of these individuals has made a significant contribution to the success of VFS over many years. So thank you and congratulations. Our next award is the François Xavier Bagnon Award, which recognizes a society member under the age of 35 for their career-to-date outstanding contributions to vertical flight technology. The winner this year is Dr. Patrick Bowles. Pat is recognized for his numerous contributions to vertical flight while at the University of Notre Dame United Technologies Research Center and Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Most recently, he was one of the leads in the extensive computational fluid dynamics effort that solved the exhaust gas reingestion issue for the Sikorsky CH-53K King Stallion. Since joining Sikorsky, he has made other significant contributions to computation and experimental aero efforts for several important programs, including the S-97 Raider, Raider X, Specialized Engineering Analysis Test and Technical Services, and the Combat Rescue Helicopter. Pat has been a passionate technical contributor to the most important rotorcraft programs of Sikorsky and the industry. He is excellent at working with a team and mentoring younger engineers, and Dr. Bowles has already accumulated an impressive list of accomplishments and thus is highly deserving of the François Xavier Bagnon Award. Congratulations. Next, the Grover E. Bell Award is given for an outstanding research and experimentation contribution to the field of vertical flight development brought to fruition during the preceding 18 months. This year's recipient is Sikorsky-Boeing Army Joint Multi-Role Testing. Over the past 2 years, this joint test team completed multiple tests, including powered wind tunnel testing of a 1/5 scale SB Defiant in the National Full-Scale Aerodynamics Complex wind tunnel, propulsion system testbed endurance testing of key SB-1 drivetrain components, and flight testing of the SB-1 Defiant aircraft. The data collected provided a comprehensive database for the SB-1 aircraft that has been instrumental in informing the U.S. Army's decisions for the Future Vertical Lift Acquisition Program. Congratulations to the team on its accomplishment and this recognition. And now the Supplier Excellence Award. It is given in recognition of a supplier who, through the quality and innovativeness and cost-effective technology of its products, has made a notable contribution to improving the state-of-the-art of vertical flight aircraft. This year, we are pleased to present the award to Eagle Aviation Technologies. Virginia-based Eagle Aviation Technologies is the industry leader in the design and analysis and manufacture of rotorcraft systems and components. Over the last 15 years, Eagle has made enormous contributions to the vertical flight industry. Their game-changing main rotor blade prototype fabrication capability has enabled them to be a key supplier for multiple development programs, including Sikorsky's X2 and S-97 technology demonstrators. Eagle brings a unique capability and perspective to engineering and the manufacturing of advanced composite and metallic components for rotorcraft applications. Their operations are executed in a rapid prototyping environment, and they perform engineering, design, and analysis in a collaborative and digitally connected environment. Eagle also incorporates manufacturing techniques and processes that promote streamlined product delivery. Congratulations to Eagle Aviations for this accomplishment. The next award is the Leonardo International Fellowship Award. It is given to the most significant contribution to international vertical flight cooperation by an individual or a group. This year's selection is the Subaru Bell 412 EPX co-development team. In 2015, a team of Subaru and Bell won the competition to produce a new replacement utility helicopter based on a civil certified platform to be produced in Japan. The efforts of this team represent the culmination of several years of close international fellowship and cooperation between design, certification, and production teams in Japan, Canada, and the United States. Highlighting the level of international cooperation, engineers from the Subaru Aerospace Company in Japan were co-located with Bell engineers in the United States to design the next generation of 412 medium-class helicopter. The co-located team upgraded the main transmission with improved materials, advanced gear tooth geometries, and new surface treatment technologies. The Subaru Bell team achieved FAA certification of the 412 EPX in 2018, and the type design was validated by the Japan Civil Aviation Bureau in 2019. As design activities progressed, Subaru engineers worked closely with counterparts at Bell's facility in Mirabel, Canada, to incorporate the new EPX features into the existing Bell 412 EPI. The high level of international collaboration laid the groundwork for commercial helicopter production at Subaru's manufacturing facility at Utsunomiya, Japan. Manufacturing experts from Bell, Canada, remain co-located with the Subaru production team in Japan as they continue to collaborate on manufacturing process improvements. We thank all the members of the Bell Subaru 412 EPX co-development team for their contributions to international cooperation and collaboration. Congratulations. Now, the Robert L. Pinckney Award. It is given in recognition of notable achievements in manufacturing, research, and development for rotorcraft or rotorcraft components brought to fruition in the preceding year. This year, it goes to the Assembly and Flight Operations Laser Ablation Team at Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. Traditional techniques for paint removal for helicopters use chemical or abrasive means to accomplish the task. Chemical methods typically use paint remover and require significant amounts of consumables like pads, scrapers, applicator brushes, and full-body Tyvek suits. Abrasion methods such as plastic media blasting or grinding wheels are non-ergonomic and time-consuming. To overcome these deficiencies, Sikorsky formed a multidisciplinary laser ablation team composed of people from assembly and flight operations, materials and processes, environmental, safety and health, and the Sikorsky Aircraft Fire Department to investigate the possibility of using a laser-based system to remove paint. The team developed a process for ensuring proper electrical bonding while at the same time reducing operational cost and labor time for a process that is repeatable, reliable, and safe. As a result, the team led the first successful implementation of a Class 4 laser system for use in a production facility on military aircraft. Over the last 4 years of continuous use on the Black Hawk, Combat Rescue Helicopter, and VIP helicopter platforms, there have been a 95% reduction in labor when compared to traditional paint removal processes. Congratulations to the team for winning the Pinckney Award. Next is the Harry T. Jensen Award, given for an outstanding contribution to the improvement of reliability, maintainability, safety, or logistics support through an improved design brought to fruition during the preceding year. This year, it is presented to the Leonardo TH-119 certification team. In response to the U.S. Navy TH-73 trainer competition, Leonardo formed a certification team to develop a helicopter to meet all existing FAA requirements without waivers for single-engine helicopter approved for instrument flight rules. Working across multiple Leonardo sites, continents, and partner companies, the TH-119 technical team developed a low-risk supplemental type certificate project plan for the FAA, which is approved in 2016. The TH-119 achieved full FAA IFR certification in July 2019, becoming the first single-engine helicopter approved for IFR in the U.S. since 1990s. On January 13th this year, the U.S. Navy chose the Leonardo TH-119 as the new training helicopter, the TH-73A, a strong endorsement that speaks to the importance of this accomplishment. Congratulations to the Leonardo TH-119 certification team. The Howard Hughes Award is given for an outstanding improvement in fundamental technology brought to fruition during the preceding 18 months. This year, the Hughes Trophy was awarded to the CH-53K exhaust gas reingestion team, including team members from Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company, General Electric, the U.S. Naval Air Systems Command, and the U.S. Army Combat Capabilities Development Command's Aviation and Missile Center. Exhaust gas reingestion, or EGR, in low-altitude hover operations for a 3-engine heavy-lift helicopter is driven by complex aero-propulsion system interactions. Their impact on EGR is not very well understood. An EGR degrades engine performance, increases life cycle cost, and results in engine stalls. The extraordinary collaborative efforts by a cross-functional team of experts in external aerodynamics, propulsion systems, CFD modeling, design and test, across Sikorsky, NavAir, the Army, and GE, resulted in unique insights into EGR root cause, mitigation, concept development, and problem resolution, proven through flight testing. It gives the Society great pleasure to recognize the members of the team with our prestigious Howard Hughes Award. Congratulations. Our next award is the Frederick L. Feinberg Award, presented to the pilot or crew of a vertical flight aircraft who demonstrated outstanding skills or achievements during the preceding 18 months. Sponsored by Kaman Corporation, the award honors the memory of an outstanding helicopter test pilot and an exemplary person. In addition to sponsoring the award, Kaman provides a monetary award to the winners. I would like to invite the former U.S. Marine Commander, Raman Desmalchi, from Kaman Aerospace to present the award.
Good afternoon. My name is Raman Desmalchi, and it is a great privilege to present an award to such a distinguished crew today. On behalf of Kaman Aerospace and the Vertical Flight Society, I'm proud to present Kaman's Frederick Feinberg Award to Major Peter J. Borschel, Captain Paul J. Kenter, Technical Sergeant Nathaniel E. Ellman, and Staff Sergeant Patrick Hillskemper of the 8th Special Operations Squadron, United States Air Force Special Operations Command. The Feinberg Award was established in 1959 by Kaman Corporation to honor the legacy of Frederick Feinberg, a true pioneer in rotary wing aviation. This award is presented annually for outstanding skill and achievement in vertical flight. We here at Kaman would like to thank you for your selfless acts of valor during combat operations against the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria on January 16th of 2019 while crewing your CV-22 Osprey. Your decisive and unwavering conduct led to the rescue of 3 American military personnel that were critically wounded as a result of enemy action. Your crew precisely exemplifies and honors the memory of Frederick Feinberg, an outstanding rotary wing pilot that set a shining example for others. You placed yourselves in harm's way to save others. Please accept this award as a humble appreciation for your actions. Thank you, congratulations, and job well done.
Thank you, Raman. The next award is the John J. Schneider Historical Achievement Award. This award is given to an individual for distinguished achievement in encouraging appreciation of and enhancing access to the history and legacy of vertical flight aviation. This year's recipient is Ken Bartee of the Boeing Company. We've invited Steve Parker, the Vice President and General Manager of Boeing Vertical Lift, to make the award.
It's an honor to present Ken Bartee with the John J. Schneider Award, established by the Boeing Company in memory of our own world-renowned aircraft designer. Ken is an exceptional individual who has a passion for preserving the journey of our industry so that can be shared with future generations. Among his many accomplishments are being a member of the Society since 1981, documenting Boeing's flight test history, preparing content for numerous rotorcraft conferences, and writing historical technical papers. Ken dedicated 41 years of his life to Boeing and the advancement of rotorcraft technology. He retired this summer and now has more time to give to Vertical Flight Society. When you think of Ken, what one word comes to mind for you? For me, it's pretty simple. It's dedication. Thank you, Ken, for your dedication and service, and congratulations on being awarded the J.J. Schneider Award. Well done, mate.
Thanks, Steve. And now, the Vertical Flight Heritage Site Award. This program is intended to recognize and help preserve locations with the most noteworthy and significant contributions made in both the theory and practice of helicopter and other VTOL aircraft technology. This year, the committee has selected McDonnell Aircraft Corporation in St. Louis, Missouri. In 1943, McDonnell established a helicopter division to embark on a new and experimental helicopter designs that eventually advanced the state-of-the-art in ways that seem to be quite challenging even today. James S. McDonnell Jr., the company's founder and its driving force, was able to gather, hire, and train helicopter theorists and specialists from the U.S. and recent immigrants from post-war Germany to help him reach his helicopter design and manufacturing goals. The people he was able to group together were leaders in the field of side-by-side rotors and tip-jet helicopters. At this site, now Boeing St. Louis, the company designed, developed, and flew record-setting twin rotors, tip-jet rotors, and compound tip-jet powered helicopters, such as the XHJD-1, the XH-20, the XV-1, and the Model 120. A large bronze plaque, which weighs 35 pounds, will be installed in a ceremony recognizing the location as an official vertical flight heritage site. Next is the William J. Kossler Award. It is given for the greatest achievement in practical application or operation of a vertical flight aircraft, the value of which has been demonstrated during the preceding year. This year, the awards committee selected the UK Royal Air Force Joint Helicopter Command, Chinook Force, and the Joint Helicopter Support Squadron. This team saved the town of Whaley Bridge in Derbyshire, England. After a month's worth of rain fell in just 24 hours in August 2019, the spillway of the vintage 1840 Toddbrook Reservoir above the small town started to collapse. A major incident was immediately declared due to the risk of the dam collapsing. 1,500 residents of the town and the surrounding area were told to evacuate immediately and move to safety. The RAF Chinooks were used to shore up the dam, called Operation Initiate, delivering 1 ton of pre-bagged aggregate directly to the damaged area. Dam engineers are very specific as to where the bags were required, using spray paint to mark the exact positioning. 8 crew members flew 3 Chinooks for a total of 58 hours and delivered 620 one-ton bags of aggregate to shore up the spillway, saving the town. After 6 days of hard work by the Chinooks and other agencies, the stability of the dam was restored and the residents returned to their homes. The Chinook Force and Joint Helicopter Support Squadron, whose motto is "Together we deliver," displayed their expert capabilities to operate quickly and efficiently and flawlessly to come through during a grave emergency. VFS is privileged to honor the personnel of the UK Joint Helicopter Command for the achievements that saved untold lives and property. The next award is the Dr. Alexander Clement Award, which is the highest honor the VFS bestows on an individual for notable achievement in advancing the field of vertical flight aeronautics. This year, the Society recognizes Arvind Sinha of the Defence Aviation Safety Authority for the Australian Department of Defence. Arvind is recognized for more than 45 years of contributions to advancing the field of vertical flight aeronautics while in a wide range of roles in the military, academia, and government. He served in the Indian Armed Forces for 24 years and held the rank of Lieutenant Colonel, and he has the distinction of commanding a unit for the longest period of time on the Seychelles Glacier, in which is the highest battlefield in the world, supported only by helicopters. His passion and excitement for the helicopter community is evident in every interaction. He has enthusiastically advocated and supported the development of strong VFS presence in Australia and has personally led the establishment and execution of multiple VFS events. His work to unite vertical flight researchers from around the globe has resulted in a very successful conference series, now in its 20th year of biannual meetings. Arvind has spearheaded the establishment of international collaboration in aerospace and aviation around the globe. Congratulations to Dr. Sinha on our selection for this year's Alexander Clemens Award. Our final recognition tonight is for the VFS Honorary Fellow. This is a status granted to highly distinguished society members who have made exceptional leadership, innovative, or other meritorious contributions that have significantly advanced vertical flight society and the vertical flight community during their career. The recipient of the VFS Honorary Fellow Award this year is Andy Keith of Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company. In more than 30 years at Sikorsky, Andy has provided outstanding leadership and technical expertise. Andy had started at Sikorsky in 1989, following an undergraduate degree from MIT and a graduate degree from Stanford, both in aeronautical engineering. Over his career, he has similarly made substantial contributions directly to VFS. He has been a judge for the Lichten Award competition, author of a student and design competition, RFP sponsored by Sikorsky, and a student design competition judge. Andy has presented at the annual forum and twice at the VFS Propulsion Specialist meeting. Additionally, he ran a workshop on helicopter design at the annual forum and in Australia. Organizationally, he was a member of the Propulsion Technical Committee, followed by assuming the role of the VFS Deputy Technical Director for Vehicle Design from 2012 to 2018. And most recently, he finished his 2-year term as Technical Director. For his leadership in propulsion engineering and preliminary design, nurturing the next generation of vertical flight engineers, and his consistent and energetic support of VFS, I am pleased to congratulate Andy Keith on becoming Society's newest Honorary Fellow. Before we conclude the ceremony, I want to thank the VFS staff and all the committee members and chairs, presenters, board members, and technical council members, and every volunteer who has made Forum 76 a success here in cyberspace. But now it's time to pass the baton. It's been a privilege to serve the Society these past several years since I became the Secretary and Treasurer and then elected President and then the Chair. I could not have asked for a greater honor. COVID certainly disrupted everyone's lives and businesses. We have all had to do things that would normally have been unthinkable before March this year. For the first time in the 76-year history, the forum was moved from the springtime to the fall and then made virtual. It's been tough for the Society to plan the forum 3 times, but we hope that the next week you will see that all the work that our members, authors, and volunteers have put into Forum 76 over really the past 15 months will finally be worth it. VFS and the annual forum play key roles in bringing the community together. Professional development, learning, and collaboration are all hallmarks of VFS, and more important now than ever. Please help keep the collaboration and professional network going virtually until we can join together again in person. Stay active in VFS throughout the year and throughout your career to help continue to advance vertical flight. I am proud and am honored to have had the opportunity to serve this community these past 3+ years. Thank you for all you do. And now I would like to ask Edward Hoskin of Pratt & Whitney Canada to the podium. Edward became our new VFS Board Chair on July 1st.
Thanks, Glenn. And thank you to Mike Hirschberg and the Society's leadership and all the Vertical Flight Society members here and around the globe. I'm honored to have this opportunity to serve this organization and to continue the work helping to advance the future of vertical flight. I hope you've all enjoyed the 76th Annual Grand Award Ceremony. Glenn Isabel's outstanding work on behalf of the Society as Chair of the Board and Chair of the Awards Committee is certainly worthy of our recognition. Glenn has led the VFS Board during this very dynamic and now often challenging time for our industry. So Glenn, I'm pleased to present you with an honorary engraved gavel in recognition of your exceptional efforts on the board, particularly your role as chair for this past year. We hope that this will be a fond reminder of the great progress the Vertical Flight Society has made during your tenure. Thank you again, Glenn, for your thoughtful guidance and leadership. Now the 76th Annual Grand Award Ceremony draws to a close. The virtual Forum 76 begins on Monday, October 5th. We hope that everyone will be able to join us for the largest and longest serving vertical flight technical meeting in the world. Thank you very much, everyone, and I look forward to working together to advance vertical flight around the globe.